Today I'm going to be talking about how we get the fastest Wi-Fi available while living full-time in our van. So if you live in a van or an RV and you want some internet on the road, this is the video for you. So my husband Chad and I have been living in this van, the 2020 Winnebago Travato 59KL, for over a year now. And not only do we live in the van, we also work in the van because we both have internet-based businesses, which means that we always need Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is really important to us. I know it's important for a lot of you guys as well, even if you don't work on the road, because of things like being able to stay connected with family, watch movies, Netflix, just things like that. So we have got a system down after lots of trial and error, an internet system that we have found at this point really works. And we want to share that with you today so you don't have to spend a whole year figuring it out like we had to. So in this video, we're going to talk about the equipment that we use to stay online, the different plans we have, and the prices as well, because I know that's really important. A lot of you want to know that. And actually, to kind of go through this in a kind of more logical way, I'm going to start with the easiest and perhaps cheapest option first, and then we'll kind of move things up and up and up to the most advanced system that we have, because we do have multiple systems here. Now, the most obvious way to stay online when you are on the road is just with your cell phone. Pretty much everyone has a smartphone these days. You know, you can watch movies on there, you can respond to emails, text messages, all those things. And a little tip here, if you have something like Netflix and you end up going somewhere that has Wi-Fi, like a library, you can actually do downloads of those movies over the Wi-Fi and then watch them later. And pretty much this, for most people, is going to be all that you need. A good phone and a solid phone plan with it. You can even hotspot off your phones too. And I end up doing that a lot, where I just turn on the hotspot on my phone, open up my laptop, and now I have internet on my laptop as well. So for most people, this is honestly all that you need. But if you're finding that you're just not getting as much service as you want, maybe you're in a more rural location and you're just not getting that cell signal that you want, we do have a solution for that. So what we have on the roof of our van is this. This is an antenna called a WeBoost. And what it does is it helps boost the cell signal in our van. Let me show you how it works. So that antenna on the roof, there's a cable that runs into the van to this system that's underneath Chad's dirty socks inside here. And then it goes to this. This is an internal antenna that actually broadcasts the amplified cell signal out. So what we've seen is that when we're out west in places where it's really rural, not a lot of cell service, we plug this in, we turn this on, and all of a sudden we might get 1 or 2 bars. It really makes a difference. Unfortunately, these can be pretty expensive. I think this one was about $500, which might be a lot more than you're want to invest in something like this, but there are cheaper options. What we'll do is we will link down below the one that we have and a cheaper one that we've tried that does work, not as well, but it does work. So this is probably the best system if you're more of a casual RVer, if you don't really need a lot of internet on the road. Your phone and a good cell booster, you're gonna be fine, most people. Now, there are some limitations to just using a cell phone as the only way that you get online. And the first limitation is that it's not that strong. There's only, I think, like 1 antenna in here, and it's inside, okay? So it's not very powerful at grabbing like the cell towers. So it would be better if there were two antennas that were outside the phone, like external antennas. The other problem is that if I leave the van, the internet leaves with me, and I always have to turn it on and connect devices to it if I want it to work. And because we live in the van full time, there are things that we always want connected to the internet, like our Roku for our TV, things like our Kindles, our computers, our Nintendo Switch. You know, these are things I don't want to always have to be connecting and unconnecting and reconnecting to the internet. So we really wanted something in here that was constant internet in here. And that's where this thing comes in. This is called a hotspot. And the one we have is called a Netgear Unite 1, I believe it's called. We'll have this linked down below. Cool thing about this is that we bought this for only about $200, and I think they're only $150 now. And these work so good. These will pick up more internet than your phone because it's designed to pick up internet. And the really cool thing, the thing that makes this thing so freaking powerful is this funky looking flat panel. This is actually an external antenna. So what I do is I take these two little prongs, plug them in, and now I have an external antenna for this. I suction cup this to the window, and this gives us the fastest internet of any device we've ever tried. And we've tried some pretty expensive ones, and for the price, this is absolutely amazing. So this we have on AT&T, our phones are on Verizon, so we have some redundancy there. We have Verizon, we have AT&T, and we have two different systems. And if you're looking for something dedicated, this would be the one to go with. And the last piece of equipment I want to talk about is this TIE Fighter looking thing. This is actually what's called a mobile router. I don't even know if it's called a mobile router, but it is called a router. And basically what you do is you put a SIM card in here that will then allow you to pull in the internet from the cell towers, and then it broadcasts it out. Now there are some advantages to this one, even though it is the most expensive option that we have. This one I think is about $300. It comes with external antennas like these ones. These will connect to the cell towers, and it also has antennas for sending out the Wi-Fi, which means that you are going to get a stronger Wi-Fi signal with something like this. The other benefit is that you can plug an Ethernet cord right in here. So this is often what I do, is I plug the Ethernet cord in here, plug the other end into my computer, so that there's no problems with me reaching the Wi-Fi of this. And for this one, we have this on T-Mobile plan. So now we have Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. And this works really well, but honestly, even though it looks kind of crazy, the other system does work better, that small little hotspot. But this is a really cool one as well for just another option. And by the way, that is called the MoFi 3G 4G LTE router. We'll have it linked up down below exactly what we use. All right, let's talk now about what cell phone plans you should get. This is what you pay AT&T or Verizon every single month to actually be able to access the internet. Now, when you're shopping for a plan, my recommendation is to look for one of the major suppliers. The one that we've found that has the most comprehensive coverage across the United States is Verizon, and AT&T is a really close second. So those two are going to be the best. We just started using T-Mobile as well, and we've been pleasantly surprised at how good their coverage has been, although it's definitely not as comprehensive as those other two. Now, what you're going to find is that Verizon, because they're the best and they kind of know they're the best, they charge the most. So their plans tend to be really expensive. And in my opinion, we use AT&T actually more than any of the other plans. So that would be the one I actually recommend and to go with. And their coverage is really excellent. So AT&T would be my recommendation. Now, I can't recommend a specific Verizon plan or even our AT&T plan because we're grandfathered into some old things. But things you want to look out for when you're shopping for a plan are, you want to see how many gigabytes they allow you to use every single month. They might tell you it's like 22 gigabytes a month. Well, you'll often find that after you hit that 22 gigabytes, they'll let you keep using the internet, but they might throttle you or do something called network management, which means that if other people are on the same cell tower, they're going to slow down your internet. And that's what's technically supposed to happen with our AT&T plan, but we still haven't seen that our internet really gets all that slow. So just some things to keep in mind. Now, I have a really good resource for you guys. I don't want to leave you high and dry. I don't want you to feel like, oh, Paul's has these excellent cell phone plans that no one else is going to be able to use, because I do have a good resource for you. The plan that we use with this one, it's a T-Mobile through a third-party company that gave us a T-Mobile plan for $100 a month. And with that, we get unthrottled, unlimited internet. And that same company also has AT&T plans, I think for just $120 a month. Those numbers could always change, but that's what it's at right now. So for $120 a month, you can get unlimited AT&T unthrottled internet. You can get the SIM card, you can go on Verizon, buy this Netgear, plug it in here, and you're gonna be set. I mean, with AT&T plan that's completely unthrottled in this thing with that little antenna, that I think is the best setup that you can buy right now if you want unlimited, unthrottled internet in your van with the fastest device that we've tested. So there you go, that's how we get Wi-Fi while living in our van. And if you want to see exactly all the things I talked about in this video, all the different hotspots, we'll have them linked up in the description. If you want to see exactly how we installed the WeBoost into our van, I have a video showing how I did that right here. Go ahead and check that out. And then make sure to smash the like button down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.